Now, thanks for staying with us. With the colder autumn evenings arrived, we've the perfect comfort food to warm you right up.
So this morning we have a traditional Irish stew with a Japanese twist, perfect for all the family. Fiona Uyema, author of Japanese Food Made Easy, joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Fiona.
How are you? Yeah.
You couldn't get a more Irish dish than a lamb stew, but you're going to put a twist on it.
That's right, and a very simple twist. Thank you very much. Right. You're great. So I have one here just simmering away that I prepared earlier that I'll be serving up to you later. But I'm going to start this one from scratch, and this is actually, it's a one-pot simple dish, but like you said, really comforting for this weather. So I've heated the pan here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. So really with Japanese cooking, we tend to add an oil that doesn't have a strong flavour off it. So it is a vegetable sunflower oil. So again, everything can be roughly chopped. So Simon, thanks. You've chopped the onion there. So one large onion, and cooking that away. So we're just trying to add a bit of flavour here to the pot. And then I have lamb. Okay, so with the lamb, there's just a beautiful flavour, local Irish lamb. And so different parts of the lamb. So that's something with my local butcher. I just ask him lots of questions.
So what would you order in the local butchers now, Fiona?
Exactly. So, like, you could cook this for about 30 minutes. So if you were in a bit of a rush, then you could use something like a lamb chop. Something a bit more tender that you don't have to cook it off as long. The shoulder neck, you need to cook it for a few hours. So for a Japanese stew, maybe don't use that. Now, I have leg here today, so I would leave this simmering for at least an hour. But again, if you want to do it for 30 minutes, maybe use a more tender cut.
Okay, and but again, listen to your local butcher and take their advice.
And tell him how long you'll have it simmering, how much time you have. So with the chops, for example, because I've used them before, you have sometimes bones in them as well, and they come up lovely with the flavour, so don't be afraid to leave the bones in. Now, so I'm going to add the ginger, Simon.
The ginger, do you want all of this in, Fiona?
Yeah, that's perfect. So again,
nice and thin matchsticks.
Yeah. And you could grate the ginger as well. Thank you very much. So again, you can see the Asian
You might get the gig, you never know.
Yeah, cut them thin.
You can see we're adding lovely Asian flavours there.
Nice bit of background heat too with that ginger. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm going to get working on the broth. So 500 ml of water. Now, you don't have to add the seaweed, but I suppose in Japanese cooking we add...
It's a nice touch, though, isn't
it? And it's Irish kelp. So again, you can get it in most supermarkets. Fishmongers tend to stock it too. So it's not an ingredient, or you can go out and forage it yourself these days.
But it's, you buy it in sheets, do you?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what they look like, dry sheets.
Okay.
So I'm just putting this in for flavour. Before I serve the stew, I'll take it out. And I've dried shiitake mushrooms. Again, just a bang of flavour in there.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I also add sake. Now, people might say I don't have that at home. Again, you can get it now in actually some off-licence Asian markets, and some of the larger supermarkets stock it. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons.
If you want to leave that out, could you? Or could you replace it with something else?
White wine vinegar?
Yeah, you could actually put in wine even. Okay. Yeah. It's just to tenderise the meat and add a bit of flavour.
Would you like the rest of the veg in here as well,
Oh, yes,
Chef?
Please, Simon. Thank you very much. So we're adding carrot and potato. With the autumn coming in as well, you could add, you know, more seasonal veg if you wanted, pumpkin, squash. So with a one-pot dish, you can really mix and match it as well.
Whatever's in the press.
Exactly. And I have mirin here, which is a Japanese cooking wine. Again, large supermarkets in the world food aisle, you'll find that, so it's not an ingredient. Once you have 3 ingredients for Japanese cooking, you really have your store covered.
Your trilogy, yeah.
So, you know, and they last 12 months plus, so it's not like you're going to invest in them and then they end up in the bin.
That's known in the trade as Dame Helen.
What is?
The mirin.
Oh, the mirin is Dame Helen. I see what you did there.
Very good.
That took a while.
I love that.
It's always bad when you have to explain a joke, isn't it?
And then, everything in Japanese cooking, 80 ml of a light Japanese soy sauce. So again, it's just adding all that umami, depth of flavour. And health benefits as well. So we're adding a little bit of sugar for sweetness. Again, you can add white or brown, about a tablespoon of sugar.
And like a traditional Irish lamb stew, Fiona, you're not making this, you're not adding anything that's going to thicken it. It's going to be a broth. It's going to be light, isn't it?
So, like we were saying, you're not coating it in flour, because that's what would thicken the sauce. So we're keeping it really, really light. So now I'm just going to add in the broth.
Beautiful.
Again, mix in the sugar.
It smells delicious, doesn't it? There's lovely warming kind of smells from the ginger, isn't it?
Wintry smell. Beautiful. Happy days, Chef.
So, look, you can see there, and again, you know, we've added lamb here. You can add, You could change it around if you wanted.
You could do beef, could you?
You
do
could,
pork?
yeah. And you could do minced lamb, actually, is really nice.
Yes,
I've done it
very
with
good,
minced lamb. And again, if you're coming home and you only have 30 minutes, minced lamb might work better.
Roll it into little balls, would you?
You could do that or just leave it. I just pan fry.
Very nice, yeah.
Pan fry the mince with the onion at the beginning, a bit of ginger.
Yeah.
And then it all just absorbs all the broth.
Beautiful. So for this particular cut of lamb you're using, how long would you cook that out for?
At least an hour.
At least an hour.
Leg of
Okay.
lamb.
It needs it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But again, so, you know, like when I went down to the butcher even yesterday, I just asked him which one he'd recommend. So just go to a good butcher that you know can answer these questions for you. And this one, I'm just going to take that off the heat, so that's ready. So yeah, I'd leave that for about 30 minutes to an hour. And then how do you serve it up? So you could leave it in the fridge for a few days and reheat it. And so what I have over here is just freshly steamed rice. And I've just chopped it with roasted sesame seeds. So I just put sesame seeds in a tray in the oven for about 10 minutes. Or alternatively,
the bit of bread.
Serve it with, put
For
the Irish twist on it.
For the dipping.
Yes, exactly.
So here's the finished article.
Yes. And can you get the lovely smell of this, Simon?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And you can see the potatoes and carrots have completely absorbed.
Yeah.
And it's so easy that you can leave everything quite chunky.
Yes, exactly. And roughly chop it. Thanks for all your help there, Simon.
Not at all. A pleasure.
It's very generous altogether, isn't it?
It's a winter warmer,
And then you could add some spring onions. I've just chopped some green beans there because, again, you just want to add a bounce of colour there.
Look at that.
That's gorgeous. It's a lovely way to serve it, isn't it?
Yes, in a bowl.
Delicious.
And I have
and
some
go for it, my
spoons
love.
there, Simon, if you'd like to
Well, I
try it.
wouldn't
Go on, you
normally
don't have to
eat
ask us
before
twice.
10 a.m.
It is quite
11 a.m.
hot, so be careful.
Be careful there, mind yourself. That looks amazing. Smells beautiful. And is that recipe in your book?
That's in my book, yeah, and I think we also have it online.
Oh, look.
Yes.
Of course you do. Fiona, thanks a million.
It's like a hug.
Is it?
It's really
It's like a
comforting
hug in a
food.
bowl.
Yeah, gorgeous. Thank you, Fiona.
Thank you
very
Fiona.
much.
Right,
Now,
full
details are on the website.
There,
We'll do it
go
together.
ahead. Yeah, go on. We'll do it in
Or you
stereo.
can check out Fiona's book, as we said, Japanese Food Made Easy,
Bet
for
you I'm
more of
reading
these
now, aren't
lovely
I? Yeah.
recipes.
But next, it's my kind of town, Chicago. And Laura is in the middle of it. See you in a minute.